Welcome to this tutorial on Kubernetes Annotations. In this video, we'll explore how annotations allow you to store non-identifying metadata on your Kubernetes resources. Annotations are a powerful feature that complement labels by providing a way to attach arbitrary information to your objects without affecting how they're selected or grouped. Annotations are key-value pairs that you can attach to any Kubernetes object. They're designed specifically for storing arbitrary non-identifying metadata. Unlike labels, annotations are not used for selecting or grouping resources. Instead, they store descriptive information that's useful for tools, libraries, and users. Annotations can hold both structured and unstructured data, making them extremely flexible for various use cases. It's important to understand the key differences between annotations and labels. Labels are designed to identify and select objects. They work with selectors and are queryable, but they're limited to 63 characters. Annotations, on the other hand, are meant for storing metadata. They cannot be used for selection, they're not queryable, but they have no size restrictions. This makes annotations perfect for storing detailed information that doesn't need to be searched or filtered. Let's look at common scenarios where annotations are incredibly useful. You can store build and release information like timestamps, version numbers, and build IDs. Contact information such as team names, email addresses, and phone numbers can be attached to resources. Tool configuration for ingress controllers, monitoring systems, and logging tools often relies on annotations. You can also include documentation links and references, as well as client library directives and behavior flags. Here's a practical example of how to add annotations to a pod. In the metadata section, you define an annotations field. Each annotation is a key-value pair. In this example, we have a description annotation set to production web server, an owner annotation with the team's email address, and a build version annotation tracking the deployed version. Notice how the syntax is similar to labels, but the purpose is fundamentally different. Let's recap the essential points about annotations. First, annotations store non-identifying metadata that describes your resources without affecting their behavior. Second, they cannot be used with selectors for querying, which distinguishes them from labels. Third, they're perfect for tool configuration and documentation purposes. And finally, unlike labels, annotations have no size limits, allowing you to store detailed information. Understanding when to use annotations versus labels is crucial for effective Kubernetes resource management.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.